What were your initial thoughts in this class when you began teaching it, if you can remember?
I was terrified. I was completely terrified.
Initial impression of the course, and did it change over the semester?
Am I allowed to swear?
I was completely terrified at first because I'm not a math person. I've never liked math. I've always struggled with it. Senior year, I specifically didn't take a math class because I was like, I am done with that, and I was so happy.
I'm pretty sure every single person in the class is like, oh my god, we're all gonna die. And to be honest, that feeling did not change once at all. But it was definitely the best experience of dying that I've ever had. And I would definitely do it again because through suffering you learn something. And I learned a lot.
It has to offer everything that Jens and my class separately would have had to offer in the first place. We're just thinking a lot about how to be a mathematician, what it means to be a mathematician, how to be more persistent, how to have a different mindset, all of these things. And from Jens' perspective, how to think about writing, how to think about audience and rhetoric and all these. But additionally, we can bridge these two and really ask some larger questions about how are they the same, how are they different.
I decided to take this class because it was something new that I hadn't tried yet, and it seemed weird, and weird is always better, I guess.
It really interested me because it was writing a paper about math, and that I felt like I could do more of. The topic just interested me in how novel it seemed. I had to take Com 101 anyway and have it be honors. That looked like it'd be a great introduction.
The point of composition is really to get students to be more flexible writers. It's not so that they write the perfect comp paper. It's so that they are able to write in different, to be more flexible writers, to be able to write in different contexts for different purposes, for different audiences.
As it went through, clearly it was much more interesting and important than I even could have imagined. But it immediately I was hooked on the premise.
Like, it allows us to position ourselves as alternately as teachers and as learners.
Yeah, we're the professional non-experts.
Right, right.
Well, this class definitely made me more comfortable with both put together. Usually, obviously, most people don't recognize that you can do that, but once we took this class, it was like the easiest thing in the world, put 2 and 2 together, literally.
Like, I kind of get what math is doing more than I ever used to. Mm-hmm. It was just this big sort of mystery.
Going into this class, when we first started it, I was really resistant to math. I was like, I don't want to write these proofs, I don't want to do it, I don't see the reason to. And then Vaughn sat me down and she was like, dude, you can't keep saying you hate math. That's hurting you. It's like not allowing you to progress in this class. And I was like, okay, I won't say I hate math anymore. I'll think it. I won't say it.
And then over the 3 times of the course, I feel like we figured out a method.
I mean, we have a sense of like big picture what we want from the class, but like how we get there is different each time.
Like, I'm writing a paper right now once again, and I can hear Jen's voice in my head when I'm writing my papers. Am I like, oh, like what so what? Okay, fine. What am I trying to say? Which is interesting. It's not a voice that I had before writing a math paper. It's like, well, you write a proof. So I hear your voice when I'm doing my own writing now, which is really fun.
That's really scary.
No, it's really fun.
I want students to learn how to get it out of their own way and how to just embrace difficulty as something that's positive, as opposed to, I know how to do this, so I'm going to stay doing this, and I'm going to do this over and over because I'm good at it.
So one of my favorite moments is a student, Maria, who was resistant in the beginning to math, and then we caught on video a moment where suddenly it made, like, something made sense to her, and she like jumped up and she said, yeah, this makes sense, and she goes up to the board and she explains all these things, and I show that at times, being like, this is what it's supposed to look like that's when you know, like, you've got the mathematics is there and it makes sense and it's fun and you know it worked out. I hope that students have a sense of what mathematics is actually about, and that it has very little to do with what you see in high school. It's not about memorizing stuff, it's not about number crunching, it doesn't even have to contain numbers to be a mathematical thought. And to have a sense of what that academic field is about. And that it's a thing worthwhile doing. Then additionally, of course, sometimes I have students who actually are like, oh, this was fun. Like some crazy people who suddenly go up to the board and are like, oh, look, I can just do this, this is awesome.
And then spend, like 15 minutes up there by themselves,
right,
working.
Hour.
Yeah. Oh, it was an hour.
Yeah, she mentioned to me. One day toward the end of the semester, we came into class and we were working on this project. I forget exactly what it was, but I went straight to the board. I didn't talk to anyone, which was very unusual for me. And the whole class, I was just working on it. I was like standing on a chair at the blackboard trying to figure out this really complex thing. And then Professor Vaughn came over to me. She said, if I showed you in September, a picture of you now, you would have laughed at me. And I was like, yes, I would have laughed in your face.
I recommend this class because once you do it, it makes everything else seem easier, and you get a new way of learning that otherwise you wouldn't have, and getting that right away is extremely beneficial to the rest of your college career.
Being able to have a growth mindset about math and being able to be like, okay, I've never been good at math, that doesn't mean I can't be good at it, is very, very powerful.
Just stick with it. It's really hard at first, but it's totally worth it in the end, because you come out and you have the hardest course that you'll take maybe in college. I don't know, I'm only a freshman. You have the first one under your belt, and it's a great experience, and everything else seems easy.
This class was really, really hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was hard. But the benefits you get out of this class, being able to write better, being able to think about your audience, your purpose, looking at math in a completely different way, being able to not blindly hate it for what your high school teacher said it was, is so impactful, and I would highly recommend it.